So I just want to talk about one of the nice benefits about not cutting your grass often, and they just happened at lunch. So, the other day I was walking around with another subscriber who actually came to visit the property, and we're doing a consultation job. And so anyways, they came to visit the property because they're fairly local. And he was walking in this area and found, where are we? Look at this. Got some little broken bird eggs. Kind of neat. And here's one, for example. So found this. So these were the morels. And there's another one here, another one here. So this is at the bottom of the Jerusalem artichoke swale and the raspberry swale at the back here in the backyard. And I've traditionally mowed this whole area, but we haven't been mowing as often this year. And this is kind of like a little bit of a payment for not mowing, because I was probably mowing over morels for the last 5 years. Isn't that kind of a nice benefit of being a little kinder to the planet, not mowing your plants because you want to help the bees, mowing your lawn because you want to help the bees, not mowing, and you get paid back with free lunch of a delicacy food. So I think maybe that's a little bit of karma, So there you go, one more benefit of not mowing your lawn. Pretty good, morels. Hi. You having a good day? So asparagus season is starting up. Very fine. We'll make some soup out of this tonight. Okay, so here's the morels, and there's a false morel, and it's poisonous. So I want to show you guys two ways to ID a real morel. And just a disclaimer, make sure that when you're going out with somebody who's done it before. You don't just go out and pick your own morels for the first time ever. Go out with someone who knows what they're talking about and then learn from them, and then slowly become an expert. There's old mushroom foragers and bold mushroom foragers, but there are no old, bold mushroom foragers. So make sure you take it slow and carefully. So this is the morel. It should look like it's folding in on itself. A false morel will actually look like it's coming out, like it's still folding, but it's folding because it's coming out and folding over, instead of like it's being sunken in. It's a bit of a distinction. Make sure you look up what false morels look like, and you'll kind of know what I'm talking about. Two other main things is that when you split it open and crack it open, it should be hollow. So you can see this one is hollow. Let's cut that open real quick. So we'll cut this open real quick. And if you cut it down the side, you'll see that it's hollow. And you'll also potentially see living creatures inside, because you're not going to find any morels in the grocery stores typically, usually. They're like a fresh forage. They're very hard to find. They're very rare. So have a look and inspect for worms and little critters inside. Now, even if you do have worms or anything in your mushrooms, just cut that section out. It's still totally fine. That's just what growing stuff in a living ecosystem is like. They're totally safe. Verify that. Look it up in different other websites. But everything that I've ever read says that if you have mushrooms or worms in your mushrooms, it's okay. Just kind of cut them out. You can soak them in water, let the worms come out, and they'll rise to the top, and you can scoop them out. And the mushroom is still totally fine. But if you want to cut that section out, go for it. So a false morel will actually attach to the top of the cap. So it'll attach to the top of the cap, and a real morel will attach to the bottom of the cap. So when you cut it open, you'll see part of the stem in here still on a false morel, and a real morel, a safe to eat morel, will be hollow and open. So you want to look for that. And then where it attaches also. So they're basically kind of linked, but Where it attaches, it should attach at the bottom of the cap for a real morel, and a false morel will push its stem up through and it'll attach to the top of the cap. So that's morel mushrooms. Okay, then I like to cook them in a little bit of oil to start. If you put butter in right away, then they actually, the butter can burn because the morels take a little bit of time. And same with the asparagus, it does as well. So I put oil to start and then I'll finish it with butter. This is it here. So that is looking delicious. And then a real key is obviously herbs and spices and stuff. So we've got some chives, some lovage that we might put in. We've got Egyptian walking onions. And then you can also use like red wine. That's great. You can use a little bit of chicken broth then at the end, and it'll kind of make a creamier sauce almost with it, with the butter. And I think, a key to cooking is fat and acid. So if you can add a little bit of fat with some butter and acid with either some vinegar or some lemon juice, then I think it really takes the dish kind of the next level. Someone is enjoying her asparagus as well. Is that yummy? Made a bit of a mess. Hi. All right, so there's lunch for today. So this is a food forest lunch, and the morels are fantastic. They're like a little nutty taste. So good. And I even left some in here to kind of fry up, and they're like almost like little bacon bits mixed in with the asparagus. So good. So some fresh kombucha, nice lunch. So good. They add like a little foresty, nutty, wonderful taste. They're fantastic. So it's funny how, talking with my mouth full, it's funny how people will talk about, permaculture and having a garden. They don't understand how good you eat, how healthy and just tasteful everything is. Like there's so much flavor in this dish, and it's all from the garden. It's all foraged around my land, and it's fantastic. You can't buy this somewhere else. So definitely consider putting in a food forest. Get those mushroom layers growing, and in the spring go looking for some wild mushrooms with care. But you can find a lot of this stuff. Asparagus grows in ditches around here. Morels grow in the wild forest around here. So you can build this whole plate without, out of an apartment. You just have to get out to the local parks and get exploring at the right times and know what you're looking for. Learn and be safe. And you can make like a homegrown meal just from foraging, not even from growing a garden. Thanks for watching, guys.